How's it going? Welcome back to the That's What He Said podcast. I'm your co-host, Brandon Taylor. Got my man Will here. How we doing today, Will?
All good, bro.
Yeah, I'm ready to get back into this, right? Let's
Yes.
get cracking. Really want to get into relationships again. Let's talk more on the controlling side of things, right? Going through the phone. Is it controlling? Is it not controlling? Let's talk about the controversial topic of it and really kind of dive into it because I mean, I know we both have seen various situations. When you scroll social media, you see various situations. You see some things. Sometimes you're like, did they really just do that?
Yeah.
Did they just admit to that out loud? You see some crazies, but apparently some people think that's normal. So, I mean, let's just dive right in, right? I mean, let's dive into the first, like go into the biggest topic of it is going through a phone. So right off the top of the bat,
Right.
what are your thoughts on going through your partner, your significant other's phone?
I guess my question is why?
Okay.
And like the old saying always was, if you're gonna look through my phone, are you looking for something? And if you find something, are you willing to do something about it?
Right.
Or are we just looking through the phone just to see,
Just to make yourself feel better
yeah, or for
or
worse.
worse. Right. What are you looking for?
Right. And I don't. Again, it's all about the whole blind trust thing.
Right.
And I believe trust is blind because, 9 times out of 10, they can hide things in their phone or hide things from their phone. But anyway, it's just, what is your thought process to make you feel like you have to do that?
Right. No, I mean, I'm in an agreement there, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are you looking for? And I bet if you polled 100 people who think it is okay to go through someone's phone or they think it's their right or duty to, I bet you'd almost get a 50-50 split. I bet if people were honest with themselves, 50% of people would admit, I'm looking almost to like be upset if they were if they were honest with themselves. They might not
Right,
admit that out loud,
right.
but if you were to dive deep down, I feel like that's at the root of it. They're unhappy so much, I guess, with themselves or what the situation is. They're almost looking to find something negative to maybe push them to do something about it or push them to maybe, I don't know, just be sad and depressed all the time.
But the strange things to me is like, if you don't have a reason to look, like if I could see if, all right, something's not adding up and, maybe he's acting different, even though I still don't believe in, checking behind people, but some people just look just to, things to be going good.
Right.
And they would just look just to see.
Why is it going
Yeah,
so
why
good?
is it going so good? Something, is he hiding something? Oh, he can't. Oh, he came home late from work. Let me make sure he's.
What was he doing later? Exactly. That's where the context comes in. Right?
Right.
You can go through. I mean, how many conversations have you had in your just everyday life with someone that you're close with, and you can send a text message or they can send a text message, and you're just like, what does that mean?
Oh, you can read, like, it happens all the time. Me and my girl, I'll send her a text and she fired back at me like I said something crazy. I'm like, oh, I was joking. Next time I'll put a LOL or something.
Right. It's like, have you seen that Key and Peele skit?
Which one?
They're in separate places.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they're, like,
but
about hanging out. And he is like, do you even want to still hang
the
out
club.
today? And he's like, do you even still want to hang out today? And it's
That was
like,
classic.
It's like, we could fight, bro. And it's
Right,
like, all right,
right.
I'm down, whatever. And you got the one person who's angrier than ever, and you got the other dude who's just chill on the couch.
Right.
Like, yeah, we could do whatever. It's no
Right.
problem.
But yeah, that's what happens with, text messages on a norm.
Right.
So you go through the phone, somebody's talking. It could be, your guy's talking to a girl, vice versa, and you read into something wrong.
Right.
Or shit, it could be somebody's, it could be an old lady and you see Margaret in the phone and you're joking with Margaret and like, who's this Margaret?
I'm mad you used Margaret.
Margie.
Why's Marge got to be the old lady?
It's just an old lady.
It
name.
is.
Sorry,
It's
any
definitely-
Margarets out there.
Apologies.
I'm sorry, but
Apologies. I don't know why your parents did that to you.
but it's just, to me, it's a lot of energy being taken from yourself when you check behind people. Like, even it goes from the phone is just one aspect. It leads to people following people,
Oh, right.
showing up to, oh, it's girls' night. Let me go make sure it's just girls there tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's girls' night for a reason. You're not invited.
Right, but I know situations where men have showed up,
Right. Pull that drive by.
drive by to see,
Gotta pull up on them.
is she who's
Catch
she
them off
with?
guard.
But then in the couple situations that I heard of, every time he's looking stupid because she's where she says she's going to be. But
Right.
you know, or I've seen situations where there's guys in the vicinity and of the girls, and the guy reads into it the wrong way. See,
Right.
it's just, to me, like, look, you know, I always ask people,
Context.
right? It's context, and I mean, it goes back to our first episode of, you know, men and women can't be around each other without something had to be going on,
Right.
which is insane to me. But it's just a rabbit hole, like, and you can be like, you can lose yourself in that.
100%. Well, it's one of those things where I feel like you're gonna find what you want to find,
Right.
right? Like what your mind tells you that you're looking for, you can find it if that's what you're really looking for.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna do that to yourself, whether it's, you know, pulling up on somebody, whether it's going through the phone, any of those situations, if you go into that being like, I know that they're doing something wrong, and say
Right.
it is a girls' night out, and you're right there, they're at the bar. We've all been to a bar. We all know that men, like just like we talked about in the last episode,
Yeah.
people are savages, right? A guy can pull up on and be like, yo, can I buy you a drink? She might be being like, no.
Right.
Or she might be being like, yeah, because she's fiscally responsible and
Right.
getting a free drink.
That free drink.
That, you know, and people have differing opinions on that, but separately,
Yeah.
that could be all that it is. But
Yeah.
that's the moment that you potentially see, and then what you're going to take from that, whatever you were looking to take from that.
Right.
It doesn't matter what the truth is or
Right.
the context.
And just because the guy's in the vicinity, and to me, it comes down to like, all right, you don't trust the person you're with.
Then, well, that's 100% what it is.
I mean, so that's
Or
why,
you don't trust yourself, or you know that yourself is shady,
or what you're capable of doing.
right? So you just assume
It's
that they're
coming
doing
from
it as well.
somewhere, because if everything's okay, what are you looking for? Like,
That's
why
it.
do you want to ruin it by looking for something, one, and not finding something, and then feeling like crap? Or how about they find out that you went through their stuff
Right,
and they're offended?
right. Maybe, but I mean, how many people do you know? I feel like I know a lot, right? That self-sabotage without really
All the
knowing that
time.
they're self-sabotaging.
Yep.
And then that could be a part of it too. That's not everything, but it's so deep that there's so
Yeah.
many levels to it.
Right. Right.
I mean, I know people who have 100% been like, this person is too good for me. And then I think subconsciously they ruin it because they don't feel that they're worthy of
Yeah.
that person. I forget what show or movie it was from, but one of my favorite lines that I've ever heard was, "We accept the love we feel we deserve."
Right. 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 Right.
And I love that line for
Right.
multiple reasons.
Right,
but I
right.
mean, in this situation, it can also apply, right? If you as the person that's feeling insecure or whatever, don't feel that you're worthy of, and maybe that could be what it is. You're like, I don't know how I got with this girl. She's so
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
so amazing.
Must be something else to
There's
it.
got to be something else wrong, right? Or I'm not the only one.
Right.
And then you ruin that when maybe she just loved you because you were a wonderful person,
Right.
but you're not happy with yourself. So then you get insecure. So then you self-sabotage, and then boom, you lose something. And it's funny because I feel like those are also the people that end up, they blame other people as well.
Right.
They're blaming that
Right.
person.
And that's
And they'll find it.
and that's then you start controlling everything because you're paranoid.
Exactly.
Now it's like, okay, I don't want you to go out with your girls tonight, and then you don't understand, you're making your relationship worse.
100%.
Now it's one thing if you feel like she's going through a situation that might not be safe for her, physically safe. Or my girls are going into the city, and you kind of like trying to talk her out of it.
Different situations.
But just going out, she needed to let her hair down for a while, get away from you, which is healthy.
Right. Space. Space is
Everybody
healthy.
needs space, which people don't believe. And what happens is you control her, now, or you do things by saying, "I don't want you to go out," or you can go, or that attitude, whatever, right? So, and then she ends up staying home, and your ass is asleep on the couch, and she could have been out.
Right.
It's not fair to me. It gives people free will to, if they're gonna mess up, they're gonna mess up.
Right.
I always believe this: somebody's gonna cheat on you.
They're going to cheat.
They're gonna cheat. Like, there's nothing you can do. If it's in that person to go do that,
They're going to do it.
they're going to do it, regardless of what you do.
If you're the one questioning it so much,
Mhm.
it could also, again, I'm not defending someone
I know
who
what you're
cheats. If
saying.
you cheat, you cheat. But like,
Right.
if I'm sitting there like, I know you're cheating. I know you're cheating. I know you're cheating. And they're not. They're going to start thinking in their head like, well, why am I not?
I might as well be cheating.
Right.
I might as well cheat.
Right.
Is it Keisha
Keisha
Cole?
Cole.
Exactly.
Keisha Cole, baby. I should have
Shout
cheated.
out to Keisha.
As
yo.
many times as you accuse me of it,
Yeah.
I should have cheated.
You start feeling like that. If I'm going to get all this anguish and all this frustration
I might
out
as
of
well
it,
have done it.
I might as well got me something.
Right. And then when you get caught, they're like, oh, I always knew you were. And it's like,
Yeah. But you can actually push people. People don't, that control pushes people.
Pushes it away. Exactly. You
Right.
think you're keeping it in,
Nah.
right? But nah.
Nah.
But people are free will.
I always told so I told somebody I was dealing with one time, I was like, they were stressed out about a certain female that I was friends with that I wasn't even looking like in that way at all.
Right.
After a while, when she kept talking about so much, I'm like, damn, well, let me see what's up.
Let me double look.
I'm like,
again.
maybe I'm missing something here. Like, I'm like, you actually pushing me. You so like, oh, who gonna be there? Oh, no, you can't go. I don't want you to go.
Right. Now that you say it, she is kind of fun.
I'm like, yeah, what the hell? I never noticed that about her. Is that a booty?
Right? I didn't even see that before. Now I see it.
Right? Because sometimes, like, it's almost like you just pushing somebody into something that they've been thinking about, or
Right.
and it's almost a frustrating thing too. It's like, after a while, you get so tired of being controlled, and
Right.
like, and
You feel the need to break out.
yeah, you feel like you're being held back so much that you feel like, you know what?
That's that. It's like the fight or flight
Yeah.
situation, right?
Yeah.
They get so sucked in, they feel like they got to fight their way out.
Right, and it's just
And maybe they're afraid to break your heart or something like
Yeah.
that. So maybe they go actively then do something wrong and hope that you kind of find out because that's their out.
and it's just weird. Like, you get in a
There's
relationship,
so many ways.
and there's so many ways it happens. Like, you get with a girl, right? You meet her out. She's dressed, looking good. She's fine. When you get with her, I don't want you wearing that stuff.
Put on your sweatpants.
Yeah, like, so you met her a certain way,
And then
and now you
expect
want her
to change.
right. I mean, it's just clothes, right? It's just but you're in a relationship with that person, so you should trust that person. But now the clothes is what going to get somebody else, like it got you, like
Everybody wants a bad bitch till they have a bad bitch.
exactly right, exactly. So I never understood that. Here, guys do that too. Oh, you can't wear that out. What? Like, well, it don't matter what she got on. I mean, I can understand you saying, okay, she's about to walk to this dark block, and I don't want her to
Right,
get,
again,
a different circumstance.
Different.
But she's out. Like, to me, if you trust her, you trust her.
Right. Yeah, no.
You don't have to
worrying
control
about
her.
physical safety is completely
Right.
separate.
Like, but it's but when you talk about like, I don't want you looking good no more. But then it's the same guy who could, he's on the gram
Right.
looking at every
Tapping.
double tapping every Instagram model, but don't want her looking like that.
Right.
But I see that's why I'm saying the whole phone thing leads to controlling what you do, who you talk
So it's
to.
the rabbit hole.
I don't want you to hang out with your cousin that's single.
Right.
Now, why?
Maybe because they went through the phone and saw one text with your cousin where your cousin was like, yo, I just saw
No.
this fine girl.
No,
and you
he
were like,
see-
oh, that's crazy. I'm in.
He knows the cousin is fun.
Right.
Have a good time. I want to keep you here. I don't want you seeing all that fun.
Right. Seeing what else is out there.
Right. But instead of believing in the person you're in a relationship with, because obviously if the person you're in a relationship with is going to do these things,
They're not meant for you
it's
anyway.
I always tell guys that, a couple of guys I know, their girls cheat on them or, whatever, they broke up. And I was like, she was never yours.
Right. She's for the streets.
She for the burbs out here. You know what I mean? It's real. Like, you sitting there playing investigative police officer, trying to find every little thing, checking their history, checking their bags when they leave the house, checking their phone bills.
Oh.
Like, what is that? Like, for what? All right, now you found it. Now you're going to ask me about it. And when I give you the logical explanation, now what?
You're still not going to accept it.
Yeah. Now I don't trust you for not
Right.
trusting me.
Right. Now we're all here. Not
We're in an
trusting each other.
uncircle of trust.
Right. We're on the outside. of the
Right.
circle.
So that's my whole thing with it, and I had some people push back on me in this conversation on TikTok about, oh, it's not about controlling, it's about being responsible to each other. And I'm like, what does that mean? They're like, you should know where she's going. Well, yeah, I know where she's going. But if you feel like that's a situation she shouldn't put herself in, she shouldn't go.
It's funny that the word responsible comes out, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most people, have bosses.
Right.
Not everyone is a boss. So most people have had a boss, had a manager, whatever.
Right.
You're at a job, right? You have responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
Do you appreciate if you're micromanaged? Or would you rather have the freedom to
Right.
to complete your
Right.
responsibilities?
Let me show you that I can do
Right.
what you need me to do without you standing over my neck.
Right. So let me complete my
That's
responsibilities in the relationship.
great correlation.
Like, I don't know anyone that's like, you know what? I would
Yeah.
love to be micromanaged. Please question every single thing that I do. Make sure I check off a box. And it's kind of the same thing. If it's a responsibility, which we all in a relationship, you do have responsibilities. But I don't need that person to go through and double check my work and make sure it's logged.
point.
I didn't finish
Right.
that one responsibility by
Right.
5 p.m. We don't need that.
That's a great point. And it's the same thing in a relationship. And like I was saying last week, you know, I think I said this on TikTok too. And I was saying how, you know, your insecurities, especially if I'm talking for men, your insecurities and your controlling, all it does is create a bored woman. Because now she's in the house and she don't want to be. Her girlfriends are texting her, it's like, oh, we miss you. We out to dinner.
And then you get FOMO.
And guess what? A bored woman's dangerous. Now you about to make a situation that you were trying to prevent happen.
You created the situation.
Because like you said, she's like, you know, Dad, you know, I could just, they could be just out, you know, having wine, the girlfriends, and she just wanted to live. Now she feels like she's captive.
Well, all it takes is, you know, seeing one person's story or them texting her a picture, and it's like them holding up a cup, just two girls at the bar, and you're like, oh.
And you looking at him over there snoring on the couch.
Right? Or just existing, doing something stupid.
Well, that's what another friend of mine said. She was like, you know, the crazy thing is, you know, I'm like, all right, my man wants me to be home on Friday night. This Friday, I won't go out with the girls. But when I'm home, he doesn't pay me any attention.
Don't do anything, exactly.
He just want me in the house.
Right.
We don't even watch the same TV shows. He don't like what I watch. But he wants me in the house.
Well, just to know that you're there.
But men, this is like, what are you doing? Let her go out, get a couple drinks in there, come back home. You may benefit.
So it's that almost slipped by me. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There's millions of memes with just what happens when your girl goes to bottomless, mimosas at brunch.
Yeah.
Better be ready when she gets home.
And you know what? Maybe she might go out and see these trashy looking guys out here and come back and like, damn, I got something good at home. Like, you have to miss each other.
We got to you have to be secure with yourself.
Yes. But that's what it is.
If you're going to be in a relationship, you have to be.
Controlling people are insecure with themselves.
Exactly.
It's something in them that they're not, because to me, like, I always felt like if I'm in a relationship with somebody, and don't get me wrong, if somebody, you know, my girl left me, cheated on me, but I'll be hurt.
Right.
But I always feel like, you know, she messed up. I'm a good one. So to me, if you feel like that about yourself, go ahead. If she end up doing something and it comes out, all right, I'm out.
Right.
Like but you messed up. You got to feel like you're that great that
I'm that guy.
Yeah, I'm that guy. Like, all right, you know what? Yeah, you hurt me, but guess what? You done messed up because you ain't gonna find something else like me.
Right.
You could be calling me back in a couple of years when I'm with my other chick.
Right. When you see me happy.
Right. So that's what I think, these people don't feel good enough about themselves.
That's got to be a lot of it. And I get so annoyed when I see people, blame their actions of insecurity on past trauma.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
it happens a lot.
Well, in my last relationship, it ended really poorly because blah, 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 blah,
right.
blah, blah, blah. So this is why you can't leave the house.
Yeah, the last person left the house. You know what they did? I'm like, well, that doesn't mean me. Why'd you get mixed with me? Right. I'm a different person. You might have just stayed in that or stayed by yourself.
What's that? There's the one song. Well, I mean, there's probably plenty of it, but Usher. Is it His Mistakes? I don't know. I got to think about the song now.
Yeah.
It's an Usher track. I'm pretty sure it's called His Mistakes.
Right.
It's pretty much like, you can't blame me for his mistakes.
Right. And that's what we do. Like, people carry baggage from one relationship to another because they don't heal themselves.
Right. I used to have this great line when I was in the dating world.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone has baggage. So I used to claim I was Southwest, bags fly free.
Bags fly free.
Bring all that baggage over here,
so
baby.
Take the baggage with you? No, I don't want no baggage. But no,
we're gonna check it.
Right, we're gonna check. Oh, we're gonna check
manage it.
We're gonna manage it.
Yeah,
because everybody has something.
Right.
Because
I'm just not gonna charge you.
But like, it's like red flags. You know, we all have red flags.
Everyone's got red flags.
Right. So you see something and you're like, all right. But don't make an issue of it. Just start monitoring. Like, okay, I've seen this behavior before. Is this the same crap I dealt with before?
Right. Well, nobody's a finished product either.
No.
You know, the right guy or girl can help change somebody in a positive way. Not saying that we should expect everybody to change in a positive way, but if you're already like a pretty good person and you get into a relationship, the other person may help you level up to a new level that some of your red flags that you thought were cool, like maybe you were a little bit controlling, but then you're like, oh no, I see I could, we need to trust. So you go into it and you're like, I don't need to do that anymore.
Right. And I've been hurt. I'm sure you've been hurt. Everybody's been hurt. So it's like, do we treat the next person and put that what the last person did to us on them?
Nah, you gotta let that hurt go.
Or and that will sabotage this could be great relationship.
Right.
You know, and just like, again, and I'm coming from the whole standpoint of, the guys. Like I know a lot of my guy friends, my boys I talk to, and they were like, they are so controlling with their women. I'm like, that's the worst thing you could do.
I mean, I can self admit that I've been controlling in the past.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm speaking from experience.
Right.
I mean, years and years and years ago, but I used to do that. And now it's like, you know, again, do I care? Yeah, I care, but I'm not going to let her not be herself because I believe, again, this is a controversial thing. I believe in free will.
Right.
You know, I married you, I'm in a relationship with you, but guess what? Every day you can do what you want to do. And I'm not talking about to go date people. I'm just saying,
Right.
I'm not stopping you from going out or hanging with your friends.
Live your life.
Right. So if that leads to you in bed with somebody else, that's because you want to do that, and that's
Right.
in you. And I need to know.
Right.
Once I find that out,
Better to find out.
yeah, then I'm, you know, I can make a decision. You know what I mean? But I don't want to be with somebody who wants to be with somebody else.
No. Facts.
So if I'm controlling somebody, like, because I don't want her to go out and do something, that means she might want. You think she might want to?
Right.
Who are you in a relationship with? Like, who are you with? If you feel
Well,
like
just
they
like,
want to do that?
Who finds that level of insecurity attractive? Like you
That's
think,
what.
like,
Yeah. Again.
you think if you're sitting
Yeah.
there like, nah, you can't go out with your girls. You think that your girl's sitting there looking back at you, being like, wow, he's so hot right now.
Oh,
No.
man, he don't want me to go anywhere. He think I'm gonna find somebody new. Like, and just be human now. We don't want somebody like that that feels like you don't want your girl to feel like you don't want your girl to feel like you worried about somebody else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like if I'm sitting here worrying about some other dude, it's like I'm basically putting myself down to this guy.
Right.
Or any other guy. Like I feel like she can go out there and find somebody with more money, more better look at. Like if that's not attractive.
No.
To me, insecure, and me personally, insecure people, women are unattractive.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? Like who don't?
That's why it goes. Yeah, it goes both ways.
Right.
Insecurity is
right. It's like you worried about this girl, so you don't want me to be around her. What's that saying about you?
right.
Like, oh, she might like you. Well, that's her problem.
Oh yeah.
It's up to me to feed into
You
that.
liked me. Like,
Yeah, you're not the only one.
Somebody else may
And
like
somebody,
me
hope
too.
somebody likes you too, because I mean, I got a bad one.
Right.
I married Beetlejuice.
Oh, so if anything, you made a wrong choice.
Right.
If nobody else
Yeah.
is interested in what you have,
I mean, honestly, if I walked in the room and nobody looked at my woman, I might be like, "Damn, like what she got on?" Like,
maybe I should have let her wear that dress.
Yeah. I'm like, nobody wants you. Like, but I mean, because I think it's a compliment to you when if I go out, I'm representing.
Compliments to the chef.
Yeah, right. If I go out, if I'm looking good and somebody tries to talk to me, hey, they want your man.
Right.
But I'm your man.
Right.
But if you think I'm going to jump in that, you know, that means you don't something between me and you is rotten.
Right.
It ain't right, or you got some baggage,
Baggage.
and that also and then it leads to, you know, and then another part of controlling is, and I'm a segue into the next topic.
Yeah.
And just roll it, and we'll just
Beautiful.
But well, another thing about controlling is people do have incidents in their relationship,
Right.
and they become non-trusting.
Yes.
But you said you forgave them,
But you didn't forget.
and which is okay not to forget,
But you didn't really forgive them.
but you didn't forgive them because you let it go. Pause.